In this question, we're looking to expand the binomial x squared minus 2 over x cubed to the power of 6. So starting with Pascal's row, the sixth row, we've got 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. Now we're going to take the decreasing powers of x squared. So it's x squared to the power of 6, which is x to the power of 12. X squared to the power of 5, which is going to be x to the power of 10. X squared to the power of 4, which is x to the power of 8. X squared cubed is x to the 6. X squared squared is x to the 4. X squared to the 1, and x squared to the 0. And then we're going to take this term here, the second term of the binomial, and this time we're going to do increasing powers. So to the power of 0 is 1. To the power of 1 is just minus 2 over x cubed. And then we've got minus 2 over x cubed squared, which is going to give us positive 4 over x to the power of 6. And the next one we're going to get negative. We get 2 to the power of 3, so negative 8 over x to the power of 9. Then we're going to get positive 16 over, that's x cubed to the power of 4 this time, so to the power of 12, minus 32, because we're up to the power of 5, so 2 to the power of 5, over x to the power of, it's x to the power of 3 to the power of 5, so that's to the power of 15. And finally, all of that to the power of 6, which is going to be positive 64 over x to the power of 18. Now, you possibly still need to write out this each time to make sure you're not making mistakes with signs and the various powers going on there. And that's absolutely fine if you're writing out all those steps. Now, this means that our final expansion of this binomial is going to be equal to x to the power of 12. Right, this one's negative. And then we've got 6 times 2, and then x to the 10 over x cubed. So the 6 times 2 gives us 12, and the x to the 10 divided by x cubed gives us x to the power of 7. And this one is going to be positive. Got 15 times 4, and x to the 8 over x to the 6. 15 times 4 is going to give me 60. X to the 8 over x to the 6 gives me x squared. This one's negative because we've got a negative there. And I've got 20 times 8, and then x to the 6 over the x to the 9. So the 20 times by the 8 is going to give me 160. And this time the x to the 6 over the x to the 9 is going to leave me with x cubed, but in the denominator. I might have chosen to have written that one as minus 160 x to the minus 3. That would be absolutely fine. Here, 15 times 16 is going to give me, that's going to be, hang on, I guess, 160 plus 80 is 240. So 240, bit of mental maths for me there. And then x to the 4 over x12 is going to be x to the 8 on the denominator. Or that would be plus 240 x to the minus 8. And then we've got this one here, 6 times 30, which is equal to 192. So minus 192 over, and then this time we're going to get x to the 12 on the bottom. Or we might have written that as minus 192x to the minus 12. No, not 12, is it? It's 13. It's 13 there because it is 2 minus 15. And finally, we've got 64 over x to the power of 18. And again, maybe we wanted to rewrite that as 64x to the minus 18. We could have done either of these. Personally, I tend to go for the fractions with the x's in the denominators, but if you wanted to use negative indices for those powers of x, that would also be absolutely fine. And we get this full expansion here. I noticed there was a lot going on here because there was those powers of 2 going on. We've got multiplications. We've also got to deal with those laws of indices. As you noticed, I actually made a numerical mistake there. I spotted it, but those kind of things are quite easy to happen when there's a lot going on. So do take your time with these. Don't rush them. They're not particularly difficult, but it's very easy to make one small mistake, particularly if you're rushing. So yeah, absolutely take your time.